Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is October 16th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1963, one of the most underrated wrestling talents of all time, Missy Hyatt. 1965, one of the biggest gimmick ripoffs of all time, The Renegade. 1972, the luchador known as Liz Mark Jr. 1983, it's the cleaner, Kenny Omega. And last but not least, 1999, second-generation wrestler, Xia Brookside. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for October 16th. 1966, Hungarian strongman, Sandor Szabó. 2003, the Stu Hart. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for October 16th. A super short trip in the Wayback Machine today as we start in 1976. A big NWA Mid-Atlantic event in Greensboro, North Carolina saw 3 title changes take place on a card. Tim Woods defeated Angelo Mosca to win the television title, ending Mosca's second reign. Ric Flair defeated Wahoo McDaniel for the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title, ending McDaniel's third reign and beginning Flair's third. And Paul Jones defeated Blackjack Mulligan to begin his second reign as United States champion. Grabbing my boombox and going to the 80s, 1981. Les Thornton defeats Jerry Briscoe in Knoxville, Tennessee to become a 3-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. That next year in 1982, Invader One defeats Dory Funk Jr. in San Juan, Puerto Rico to win his second WWC Puerto Rican Heavyweight title. Making 2 stops in 1987. First, Nelson Royal is awarded the NWA World Junior Heavyweight title, making him a 4-time champion. The previous champion, Lasertron, aka Hector Guerrero, had left the company. Our second stop in 1987, the Sheep Herders, Butch Miller and Luke Williams, defeat the Lightning Express, Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner, to win the UWF Tag Team titles in Kansas City, Missouri. The Sheep Herders would be the last UWF Tag Champions, as the company was soon absorbed into Jim Crockett Promotions. Now making 2 stops in 1988. First, Brad and Bart Batten defeat Chicky and Ron Starr to win the WWC World Tag Team titles in Puerto Rico, ending the Starr's second title reign and beginning the second reign for the Battens. Our second stop in 1988, the WWF held their King of the Ring tournament in Providence, Rhode Island at the Providence Civic Center, with the tournament final being Ted DiBiase defeating Randy Savage to win the King of the Ring tournament. Savage's WWF World title was not on the line. Grabbing my flannel and going to the decade of grunge, 1997. Bam Bam Bigelow defeats Shane Douglas for the ECW World Heavyweight title in Queens, New York at the Elks Lodge, which was dubbed the Madhouse of Extreme. Those were your super short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for October 16th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.